everyone, I'm Ms Diemar from Maitland Grossmann High School. I'm the head teacher of Wellbeing here, and I've just got my top 10 tips of how you can look after your wellbeing while being at home, focusing on yourself and looking after yourself amongst all the schoolwork that you need to do. Tip number 1 is to make sure that you are maintaining your routine. So that means waking up when you normally would, getting changed into your clothes. If you want to wear a uniform, you can, but you're welcome to wear your normal, around the house clothes. Make sure you eat your lunch and lunch 1 and lunch 2 at the same time. Go to bed at the same time, just to keep you in your routine. It makes you feel like even though working or learning from home is not normal, that what you're doing is still normal and it's all going to be okay. Tip number 2 is to make sure that you're getting enough sleep and that you're eating really healthy. So by enough sleep, what I mean is to get about 8 hours a night. So that gives your brain enough time to recharge, so you're able to function the next day. It also gives you a break from the screen, so your eyes are also able to have a good rest and recharge for the next day. And with your eating healthy, I'm talking about making sure that you're having enough fruit and vegetables and protein so that you're able to recharge your body. If you're having too many of the bad foods, like too much chocolate and things like that, it can actually cause you to get really lethargic throughout the day by the end of the day. So make sure that you're really looking after your eating habits and making sure you're getting lots of sleep. Tip number 3 is to make sure that you're walking around and moving. So it can be really tiring when you're sitting behind your desk in front of the computer for 6 hours at a time. So take a break. In between your lessons, once you finish your maths work, get up and move around. Go outside, take a few deep breaths, recharge your body, and then get back to work. Tip number 4 is mindfulness activities like colouring in. So it takes your mind off any thoughts that you might be having that you don't actually want to be having. It redirects your thoughts onto the page, focusing on the colours, staying in the lines, mixing up some colours, making it look as good or as not good as you want it to. It's a great mindfulness activity, and we've got some on our Google Classroom, which I'll talk to you about later.
What are you colouring there, Mr. Brown?
A bird.
Ah, she is gorgeous.
So tip number 5 is jigsaw puzzles. Jigsaw puzzles are a really good idea if you are feeling anxious or any other emotion that you don't actually want to be having at that time. Jigsaw puzzles can take your mind off it. So instead of thinking about the thoughts that are going through your head in that circular fashion and driving you crazy, what you're doing is you're looking for a piece that's going to match, and your focus is instead placed on the jigsaw puzzle. If you don't have a jigsaw puzzle at home and can't go out and get them, you can actually get jigsaw puzzle apps on your phone. They're free and really easy to use. So we've got this one here, Jigsaw Puzzle Epic, on my phone. When you go in, you just press play, and it will give you a free puzzle or all of these other collections, okay, that you can go into. When you go into the puzzle, you can pick something really hard, like 400 pieces, or something a little bit more easier, say 100 pieces. Press play, and it will scramble up the pieces, and then you just put them in place. It will help you out a little by locking them in when you've got them right too. Okay, so strategy number 6 is to download some mindfulness apps that you can get on your phone. Now, the 2 that I have to show you today are Smiling Minds and Headspace. Now, I'll take you into Smiling Minds as an example. Okay, now I've already logged on and put in, so it'll ask you for a little bit of a questionnaire about the things that you may be wanting some help with. Might be stress, sleep, anxiety, depression, anything. It'll ask you a whole bunch of questions but that you'll need to answer. Okay, now because this has been logged in based on me and my needs, okay, or what I'm looking for some help with, I'm going to go into my programs to show you what you can have access to. So in all programs, you should be picking youth programs. And then I'm going to go into 16 to 18 year olds as an example for you, but there is another one for 13 to 15 year olds. When you're in here, you can pick from all of these different sessions, I suppose you could call them. Now it gives you the time that they range from, so 10 minutes, 2 minutes, etc. Okay, and they're broken up based on the body or mindful movement. Okay, I'm going to pick one up here, maybe on breathing in, and that would be really helpful if you're anxious, to calm down your breathing, to slow down that breathing, and that will then help you control your anxiety. So you can go in here, explore your breath, and press start session to follow all the instructions. Okay, so strategy or tip number 7 is to take a break. Now earlier we talked about moving around and maybe changing the scenery, going for a bit of a walk. Similarly to that, taking a break is if you are feeling anxious or you're feeling overwhelmed with the schoolwork, you are actually okay to have a break, a bit of time out for yourself. Now that might be going outside and playing with the dog, it might be maybe making your lunch a little bit earlier, it might be doing some cooking, reading a book, just something that will be able to calm you down if you're needing it. Tip number 8 is to accept your emotions. No matter what you're feeling, it is actually okay to have those feelings. You shouldn't feel like you're wrong or need to change those emotions. We're going through a really hard time at the moment, and everyone is feeling a whole range of emotions, and no matter what they are, it is okay. You are allowed to be happy and to be celebrating at home your birthday. You're allowed to be sad because you're missing your friends. You're allowed to be anxious because you're unsure what's going on. They are all okay, and if you need help with dealing with those emotions because you don't want to feel that way anymore, you can always give us a call at school. We still have the school counsellor available for you. We have myself as head teacher Wellbeing, your year advisors, any mentor teachers. They're able to talk to you. Don't forget to get in to talk to your parents and or carers and friends. And you've got all of the strategies that we've just talked about to help you with all the harder emotions. Strategy number 9 is to stay connected with your friends. So utilize Facebook and Zoom, TikTok, any other social media platforms to give your friends a call and talk to them in person but over the phone. So they can see your face, your smiles, your waves, and you can spend some time with them as you normally would at school. I suggest you do that in, well, anytime you really like, but you could utilize your break times in between doing some lessons, or if you actually would have something scheduled in with your friends, say someone's birthday on Friday, you could all do a group chat on Friday, or if you would go to netball training on a Thursday, you could get together with your netball friends over these platforms and say hi, have a bit of a chat, and still communicate and be in contact. Hi, Miss.
Hello.
How are you going?
I'm good, how are you?
Hey everyone, our last tip number 10, is to jump onto our Maitland Grossmann High School Wellbeing Google Classroom. Now on the front page here, I have just 4 tips from the Australian government that you can have a look at. Some of them we've already talked about today in our top 10 tips, but there's some others there as well, such as stay informed with correct information and staying positive. And then in our classwork tab here, we have resources for yourself as students and as well for your parents and carers. We've put in here some colouring in books that you can download, apps that you can put on your phone for colouring in. We've got a yoga app that is free until the 1st of July for you to download on your phone. And then we've just got a range of other resources here as well. And I'll be uploading new resources onto that page every couple of days. So keep a lookout for that as well. The code for this page will be sent to you via email.
Yeah, that was really good.
Okay everyone, that is our top 10 tips. Hopefully you take these on board and they help you out a little, but don't forget that you can always give us a call at the school if you need. Alright, bye!